You aren't your father, Johnny. You have a conscience, and I know that. You stayed with Lulu because she needed you, and if you didn't care about her, you would be off on a beach in South America somewhere.
You know how she is?
I will find out for you. But you have to tell me what happened with Logan. And I promise you I will plead you out on self-defense. Then there's a chance that my children won't get hurt. Do you know that your father threatened my daughter when I held you in jail for one night? Can you imagine what will happen if you go through with this trial and you lose? I know you have a heart, Johnny. You just have to use it.
My father has to be stopped.
John, you don't say another word. This woman is trying to entrap you.
You're gonna be subpoenaed, and you're gonna testify against that thug boyfriend of yours.
Leave me alone!
I mean, you lied to Logan. You just let him on. You know, Johnny murders my son, dumps him by the side of the road, and now you're trying to act like you're nuts to get out of it.
You think that I'm faking?
Yes, I do.
I want to be here?
I think you do. I think you saw what your mother went through, and I think you're trying to mimic her.
I'm not. I would never do that.
Yes, you are. You're trying to use what destroyed your mother to get out of this.
Go away!
Luke Spencer's daughter, you're not going to get away with it, Lulu.
Leave me alone!
Do you know how ashamed your mother would be?
Go away!
Hello, Bozeman. Hey. Oh, come on.
What are you doing? You screaming at a girl in shock? What's wrong with you?
Hey, she's faking all of this. She's just acting crazy. She doesn't want to have to testify against her boyfriend, the murderer.
Get out of here.
Hey, listen, Corinthos, look at this. You see? I'm on the job. Potential witness.
You're going after Luke Spencer's daughter because this is all about you and your pathetic vendetta.
You know, my son was murdered. You, of all people, I think would understand this. Wasn't your son just shot in the head? Do you not want revenge? So why wouldn't I?
Your grief doesn't excuse what you just did to Lulu.
What are you? Her protector now? Are you gonna help her the same way you helped my daughter Karen? You gonna hook her on drugs and get her to strip?
So you want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to leave now. I'm going to call my lawyer. I'll have Diane call the state bar and write you up for whatever violations she can come up with. And then I'll have her call a press conference so the whole world can see that you're up here in a mental hospital attacking a defenseless, traumatized girl. You're not going to look like a grieving father. You know what you're going to look like? The coward that you are.
Well, you're calling lawyers. Call her one.
He's gone. He's gone now. It's not going to hurt you. I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. Can you look at me, Lulu?
Coercing a confession from my client, Miss Davis, is a breach of ethics. Should I report you to my friends on the state bar?
You know what? Go ahead and do that. And while you're at it, why don't you take a picture of your granddaughter? Molly, remember her? Because your client is threatening her sister's life, and I have every reason to believe she'll be next.
The terms were clear. I explained exactly what I needed and why.
And I explained to you exactly why I can't do that. It won't work. They'll fire me, they'll put somebody else in to prosecute him, he'll end up in jail, and my daughter might end up dead. Confess. He needs to confess, and I'll plead him out at self-defense.
Miss Davis, you're a great lawyer and a good DA. But as my son says, you don't know when you personally should stop and the law starts.
Then stop looking at me like the DA and start thinking about me as a parent, as a mother.
All right. Then let's just get this clear, huh? You are willing to risk your own precious children to force a confession? Shame on you.
Oh. You're the one who came into my office telling me that Anthony's falling apart, talking about how dangerous he is. You and I both know that a confession as part of a plea bargain is a reasonable compromise.
Your children are safe for the moment. But had you forced a confession from John, it would be an entirely different story. I told you that Anthony will not compromise when it comes to his kid. Free him. It is the best way to save your children. It's the best way to save all of us.
Trevor, there's no way that I can do that.
I suggest you find one. I don't want my granddaughter caught up in this any more than you do.
You gotta stop my father.
John, I can't.
Breaks, you know, from reality, they're scary. Believe me, I know. You see things that can't be real, but they're real to you, and you try to be strong, you try to get yourself, you know, together, and everything's okay for a little while, and then something happens. You see a vision, hear voices whispering. You don't know if it's a thought, a dream, a nightmare. I've been where you are, and the worst part for me was that I lost the belief in myself. I thought I was a burden to everybody who loved me, and then when I tried to get better and will myself to survive in the real world and you know, get some control. It got worse for me. And you know what? All I wanted to do was hide. And I understand that you find comfort in that it makes you feel safe, but I'm just, you know, speaking for myself. I felt hopeless when I would let myself disconnect.
I hate this place.
I know what that's about.
I hate the way they look at me.
A lot of people recover from breakdowns. I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna let you in on a little thing here. I don't know if your dad told you, but I was diagnosed with something called bipolar disorder. And my life is good. I take medication. I see doctors every once in a while, which is what you need to do, because I'm telling you right now, from experience, you can't solve this on your own.
I can't solve anything.
You gotta let the doctors help you.
Okay.
And you know, you don't have to be alone in this. I can call your dad.
No.
I mean, I've tracked him down before. He needs to know what...
No, I don't want my dad to know about this. It was terrible for him when my mom went crazy. Maybe he'll be better when